Entertainment Committee wants me to be the necessaries for the show.
Live from our Jackson studios. Live from the Midtown Jackson studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Last Call Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as a friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Last Call Cafe on Spreaker. Welcome, one and all, to the Corsican Ball. How you doing, everybody? This is Last Call Cafe on Spreaker from iHeartRadio. There we go. We got most of the band back together. That's right, folks. This is the show. We're a little late, so my apologies, and it is my fault for that. But this is the show that enters your mind and turns your medulla oblongata into things you never knew would actually happen or actually be created. Like one time we turned some minds into the Louvre. Tonight I think we're turning minds into a big wad of clay that will become a nice little artwork that you can get if you like NFTs. Steve the Baxman Baxley here, and I'm going to introduce the fine folks alongside who are my equal host. So here we go. He is the gamer's best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the man, the myth, the legend, the man who put gaming on the lips of every human being in the free world for the past, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the wizard, Matthew Nichols.
Sup?
And, ladies and gentlemen, my other equal partner in all this needs no introduction, but tonight we give him one, as we do every Sunday night or whenever we get to do this. He's a good friend, a brother, much like Matthew is, and one great guy. When the chips are down, he'll always do something to keep you, give you a chuckle. He is a manager of managers. He is the undisputed king of intergender championship wrestling. He is the champ, of course, and he is also one half of the hosting duo on Jay the Brain Man Presents Wrestle Anime Hut. I welcome, as always, the king by these proclamatorial words, the one, the only. If you want a copy of what he just said, send $100 to Journal Graphics in New York City. Okay, first things first. I want to do this last, but I'm going to have to do it, but might as well get it over with. Most, if not all of you know that I lost my mom March 1st. of 2022 to COVID and dementia. And I've been like gangbusters trying to get this place cleaned up. I've had enough, there was enough money to pay the lot rent. This time there wasn't. So I'm trying to make a deal with management to let me have a little extension so I can make payment, and B, to just allow me to be here to my appointments and to clean up and finish things up to sell at a little sale. I'm sort of going to be selling my mom's clothing, except for a few items. There are some things here that my cousin Brenda wants, so she gets first grab. But I'm going to do everything I can to stay here. I may have to room with a friend of ours, a wrestling friend of ours, Rick Pickerel. Now, he doesn't have Wi-Fi, so... and while it is going to be temporary, that means that either tonight or next week we will put the show on hiatus just for a little bit. And not only my show, WrestleAnime Hut's going on a little hiatus, and so is Steve Sporty Balls. We're not going off the air, so Spreaker, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Google, Alphabet, however you want to call it. To those of you who watch the Sporty Balls and listen to this program, don't worry. We're not leaving too long. Just that some things are the fault of one's little bit of stupidity, and I'll get into that before we leave the air. But right now we're going to do what we do best, and that is annoy the hell out of you with laughs, with fun, on a very shoestring budget. Have you ever ate the shoestring French fries at Steak and Shake? Well, that's our budget. Very tiny. So we haven't had any of the usual stuff we had when we were in Block Talk Radio, but
hopefully we can get all that stuff back soon, like some of the theme songs that were missing.
Yes, indeed. I'm hoping we get everything. I hope everything gets normal, because let's put it this way. Some people may have thought I made a mistake in doing what I did. But I want to let everyone know that it was my choice. I chose, and I was right in my choice. How many kids would say to themselves that they paused their life to help their parents? I bet you the words, not many. But I bet you a lot. And I was one of them. I got praise, I got condemned. But I wanted to say this. If I had it to do all over again, I'd still do it. Because I know in the long run, what I did was right. And after saying that, enough. Let's get on with it. Let's do this like we've always done. Mr. Franklin Pangborn, if you will, please, front and centrifuge, you got an announce to do.
Thank you, Steve. It's time now for Brainwave. Let's see what the brain has for us, or let's see what the brain can share with us. Brain, you got it?
Hit it.
Yeah, Steve, this is Gilbert Gottfried saying you couldn't even wipe my ass, let alone do a half-decent imitation of me. Okay?
And there you go.
Yes. Ah. The brainwave ended, eh? Okay.
Same way it does every week.
Ah, yes. Pangs, do your thing.
You've just been given a brainwave with Jay the Brain Man, presented by Scope.
Scope makes your mouth. Makes your mouth feel fresh as a daisy and not medicine-y as a medicine cabinet. Scope.
Steve, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going full hog here, and now... Oh, wait, you're not done yet, Pangs. Pangborn, Franklin, do your thing.
It's time now for Gamer News with the wizard Matthew Nichols, presented by Pluto.tv. Get hundreds and thousands of channels for zeros of dollars. It's good, it's free, and there's some new stuff too. Plus, there are channels dedicated to gaming and anime for all you pop culturists out there. So, hey, why wait for some other streaming service to catch up on everything when you can always count on Pluto.tv? That's right, Pluto.tv. Strap in, strap on. It's free. Now here's a wizard, Matthew Nichols.
Thanks. Okay, this week on Gamer News, well, Sony had their State of Play yesterday, and we had several announcements. The show opened up with an announcement of Resident Evil 4 Remake. And a release date, March 23rd, 2023. And yes, there will be VR content. Okay. Next thing, news. Spider-Man Remastered, aka Marvel Spider-Man from Insomniac Games. It was PlayStation exclusive, but now it's coming to Windows PC on August 12th. A major update for Horizon Forbidden West, which includes New Game Plus. We had Horizon Call of the Mountains for PlayStation VR 2. We had the Callisto Protocol, a new horror game, which is slated to be released on December 2nd. We had an indie game reveal called Roller Drome, which is a stylish and violent roller skating battler, which is coming out in August. We had a trailer for Eternights, which is an action, adventure, and a dating sim anime game for PS4 and PS5. We had several PlayStation VR 2 announcements, such as the Resident Evil Village VR, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, and No Man's Sky VR. We had a trailer for Street Fighter 6, Tunic, the adventure roguelike game starring a cute little fox. It's coming out for PlayStation 4 and PS5 on September 22nd. We had another indie game called Season, A Letter to the Future, which is coming out on PS4, PS5, and Windows this fall. We finally get a release date for Stray, which is a cyberpunk cat game where you play as a cat in a cyberpunk world. which will be released on July 19th for PS4 and PS5. PlayStation Plus members will get it at no extra cost. And finally, it ended off with a new trailer for Final Fantasy 16. And the release date is going to be summer 2023. Oh yeah, Diablo Immortal came out, and people are not happy with the microtransactions. Which is very understandable because the best gear in the game, to easily grind for it, you gotta pay money for it. So pretty much players that pay with real world money have an advantage of the free to play players. Or as we kind of already saw that coming. And let's see what it is. And oh yeah, Fall Guys is now free to play. Which, if you don't know what Fall Guys is, it's a sort of platforming battle royale type of game where you do a bunch of challenges as cute little bean-like characters, and you gotta compete in challenges and be the last one standing to win. Yep, it's now free to play. And I believe that's it for Gamer News.
And that's Gamer News. Sponsored by Pluto TV. That's the place to be for your gaming and anime pleasure. I'm Franklin Pangborn, and Steve, guys, thank you. We're not going off the air, dude. We're just going on a little hiatus. And it may be just 1 week, 2 weeks. Well, I know, but we'll miss you guys when we're down. Yeah, I know. Anyway. We'll talk about that in the interim at the end. Right now, let's get you some wrestling news. And yes, friends, the reason I'm a little late was I attended a watch party for, at the behest of who soon might be my roommate, or I might be his roommate, Ricky, over at his uncle's house across the road via Peacock. And let's get down to the brass tacks. It was Hell in the Cell. And, well, I'm just going to give it about a 5.5 in the ratings file. But let's start off first with the Raw Women's Championship triple threat match. Asuka versus Becky Lynch versus the champ Bianca Belair. And the winner was Bianca Belair, defeated both Asuka and Becky Lynch via pinfall to retain. Then we had the handicap match, MVP and Omos taking on Bobby Lashley. And this went back and forth and front and fro inside. Bobby Lashley was the winner with a little help from Cedric Alexander. But Bobby Lashley defeated MVP and Omos via submission. We had Kevin Owens taking on Ezekiel. And, well, we all know who got that, didn't we? Yes. Every chance he took, he said, "You're not Ezekiel. You're your brother." And this all went on and continued. And, well, Kevin Owens defeated Ezekiel, or Elias, via pinfall. We had a 6-person mixed tag team match. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan taking on the Judgment Day. Oh, what a name. Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. Oh, boy. And, well, it was very interesting. But, of course, the ending was your lovely typical Judgment Day won it.
They defeated Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan, who will probably live another day. No holds barred match. Happy Corbin taking on Madcap Moss. This was a little one-sided because Madcap Moss just took it to Happy Corbin. Many ways, many ouches. Madcap Moss defeated Happy Corbin via pinfall and a chair around Corbin's neck. Okay, the WWE United States Championship match, Mustafa Ali taking on Theory. And with Theory, there is no conjecture. But in this case, it was Theory throughout the match. This was really one of three matches that was very exciting. One of three matches. The first being, of course, the Women's Triple Threat Championship match. Theory defeated Mustafa Ali via pinfall to retain the U.S. Championship. Then we had the main event, the Hell in a Cell match, and I just want to say, I don't know about you, but me and the Brain attended the Hell in a Cell match up at the arena that Pizza built. And to me, this Hell in a Cell was a little missing something, because it wasn't exactly like the main event match we saw when Hell in a Cell was at the Little Caesars Arena. I mean, the cell itself was a little bit more huge and had sort of like one big conglomerate level, even going so far as to have like a little roof, little sort of like chimney portion to it. But then again, this is the new WWE under Nick Khan, so maybe they decided to go with a traditional, in quotes, cage match. But nothing was traditional about this match. Cody Rhodes taking on Seth Rollins. He did have a legitimate injury, as people saw. And
Oh no, I thought he just painted. I thought he just painted half his chest red for the fun of it. Thought it was a new tattoo.
Yeah. So, well, frankly, so did I. I mean, I thought this was an extension to what he has on his neck. But, well, it was very interesting, a match to see how Cody Rhodes would actually wrestle with, I guess we might as well just say, half his body.
And well, he went like almost 25 minutes.
Yeah. He didn't do too bad. I will tell you, they did some of the usual things you see in a no-holds-barred match. They had the tables. They had the, of course, ubiquitous Triple H sledgehammer. And, of course, they had the bull rope. And it could have gone either way. I mean, both wrestlers were pretty darn good. But Cody did 3 crossroads, and he defeated Seth Rollins via pinfall. So now everything is ready for the main event, the Big Enchilada, which will probably be at WrestleMania. Let's all say it together. Cody Rhodes taking on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania or SummerSlam or WrestleMania. Either one of those two will be where Cody Rhodes maybe will get a huge monkey off his back. So we will just have to, as they say, wait and see what happens at some of the other pay-per-views that the WWE Little E has for us. By the way, we are going to right now, if the news will pop up. Hello, news from, by the way, Wrestling Inc., good supplier of news. Brad Shepard, fairly mounted personality. In other wrestling news, well, how's this for a little intrigue, kids? Wednesday night, MJF mouthed off about his boss and AEW and not being respected. What happened Friday on Rampage? CM Punk has to have surgery on his foot, so he has relinquished the championship belt, which, as I said, no kidding, there will be a big old-fashioned tournament. And that ain't all the injuries we have to tell you about, but for this, in this little case, we'll give you the information on the World Title Eliminator Series. All Elite Pro Wrestling President Mr. Tony Khan announced the interim AEW World Champion Eliminator Series, which will crown an interim world champion. Let's just keep going here. I've already said what happened on Rampage, so... And why are we sticking now? There we go. Okay, so, in essence, here is the press release as we pop it up for you here on the broadcast, and we will read it. We'll read it all, shall we? Or just read in summation. What it's going to consist of...
Steve. Steve, did you mute yourself?
Steve, you okay?
I think he muted himself. Steve. And he left the call.
Oh boy.
Where the hell do I add people to a call again? Okay, let me see. Trying to get back on the show. Because now he just suddenly disconnected. I know he was talking about taking a break for a bit, but jeez, in the middle of the show?
Unless he got disconnected or something.
Well, that could be it. And the producer on hand, checking up on him. Any word?
As I was saying before
There we
the
go.
phone... As I was saying before the phone just went out on me, let's read the press release here.
Well, we might want to wrap it up if your phone's cutting out.
No, we're back. We're back.
Okay.
Okay, the multi-stage Eliminator Series will feature a battle royale featuring many of the top competitors in AEW, which will open the broadcast of Dynamite live this Wednesday from the Cable Cable Dahmer Beagle Dung, the Britchie Poo. Let me get a closer shot here. Maybe it's nice we're going on a little hiatus.
Yeah, hopefully that will help and be able to get our stuff back together.
Yeah. Anyway, finally, okay. This Wednesday, Dynamite comes to you live from the Cable Dahmer Arena in Independence, Missouri, with the winner advancing to compete in the main event. That same night, the winner of the Battle Royal will meet former AEW champion and number one ranked Jon Moxley in an eliminator match in the main event of Dynamite, with the winner advancing to compete for the interim AEW World Championship at Forbidden Door, June 26, live from the sold-out United Center in Chicago. On June 12th, at New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dominion event from the historic Osaka-jo Hall, highly decorated NJPW stars and longtime rivals Hiroshi Tanahashi and Hiroki Goto will face off in an eliminator match for the interim AEW World Championship, with the winner also advancing to Forbidden Door on June 26. Now, the winner of AEW's June 8th eliminator match will face the winner of New Japan Pro Wrestling's June 12th Tanahashi versus Goto eliminator match in the main event of Forbidden Door on June 26 to crown the interim AEW World Champion. After CM Punk is medically cleared to compete, the winner of the AEW Interim World Championship Eliminator Series will face CM Punk in an AEW World Championship unification match. Attention, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Put your money where your mouth is, Punk. Anyway, so we'll just see how far this madness goes. And we wish AEW well in high regard. Okay, now, let's see. Let's go for one more wrestling story. By the way, what was Cody's injury, you may ask? Well, I'm here to tell you, because we got it here. He had a partially torn right pectoral tendon during a brawl with Seth Rollins this past Monday. The tendon tore completely off the bone during weight training on Friday. So that was not makeup, folks. You can do that, but it would have to run off, and obviously this it didn't run off. Speaking of injuries, let's go on the other side. Let's go to AEW. And according to a new report from Sean Ross of Fightful.com, Bryan Danielson is injured. He was forced to miss a meet and greet because he could not fly due to an undisclosed injury. The meet and greet was located in New Bedford, Massachusetts at the New Bedford venue. The venue had confirmed the news to Fightful. As of this writing, neither Danielson nor AEW have confirmed the injury news. As they say, stay tuned. This coming Wednesday should be a very interesting edition of Dynamite. But apparently, Ric Flair and the WWE are back on speaking terms. So there you go. On a little modicum of joy and fun. Let's see. Let's do a little entertainment news before we bring in the General and his crew. And right now, I just love that. We have some news for those of you that remember the show Scrubs, one of our favorites here at the cafe. Well, guess what, kiddies and cadets? Deadline is reporting the following.
Save.
Uh-oh.
He did it again.
So who's the Belch cadet this week?
Steve's phone for hire. That's what he's saying, at least. Oh, let's try to get him back in.
I wonder if your show's even gonna happen tonight.
At this rate, I'll take a break just to make sure nothing like this happens, because he's the one who does most of my show. So it'd be a disaster if it went down during my show.
Yeah. So how have you been, Jay?
Good.
Okay, that's good. I recently got back in development of my RPG Maker game. It's an ARPG. It's being made with MZ.
There you go.
Yep.
Alright, when Steve gets back on, if he gets back on, that's shot number 3. He gets disconnected next time, run it into show. He's unavailable. Well, let's ring him up. Second chance out of 3 in terms of ringing him up.
Ooh, boy.
The
Boy.
natures of life to tape.
What is Steve's phone provider anyways?
I don't even know. Hey, producer. Do you know what Steve's phone provider is? Ah, that makes sense. AT&T. That
Yeah,
explains
me and
everything.
my family and I used to have AT&T before we switched to Comcast back in starting 2009.
I mean, when AT&T's good, they're good.
Hey there!
Alright. Chance number 3.
Okay, we were talking about Scrubs. Yes, we were. And there is a report out. We can pop it up, boys. Please, let's pop it up. You guys can hear me, I hope.
Yeah.
we're gonna hear.
Okay.
If you get disconnected this time, we're ending the show.
I don't think that's going to happen, but
You thought that last time.
yeah, I think everything for the last time. Anyway, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just skip to the grist here. Bill Lawrence said, "We're all so grateful any of you still care. It gives us an excuse to hang out together. We are happy to spend time with each other in any way." Which begs the question, could there be a reboot or revival with the original cast? Well, Donald Faison had this response. Here's the deal. I think we all want a reboot and we want to work together again, but it couldn't be a full season. Maybe like a movie or something we could shoot in a few months. With everything Bill is doing now, he's never going to be free again. If he finds the time, we'll do it. So, hey, maybe, well, let's see. The story continues and added Ted Lasso co-creator Lawrence. Ding the bell. Thank you. We're going to do it because people still care about it and we enjoy spending time with each other. A member of the audience asked what characters would be doing today, and Reyes jumped to reply, I think Chirk and JD finally come out. Cass also addressed whether or not there's a possibility for a musical. Lawrence said, I don't know if there'll be a Scrubs musical unless this cast all say they want to do it. Do you really want to hear Sarah sing? No, you don't. There's so much love shared between the cast as they shared memories from their time on the series, memories like when Reyes, who portrayed Carla Espinosa since year one, recalls asking the writers for a change of pace for her characters. Why don't I get any jokes? I want to be funny. She was the emotional backbone and the dramatic spine of the show from the beginning. She made the whole thing real. Judy said further, one of the greatest things about Bill is that he picks things from real life. Bill and the writers give you what you need to be a great actor. He gave me this fantasy when I lose my shiznit. That was one of my favorites. And I thought marrying the co-star of the Drew Carey show was one of Bill Lawrence's favorites as well. Anyway, of course, film, we don't need to dwell on that because we all know that we have a need for speed. That's right. Top Gun Maverick is still box office bow wow. Also, some sad news. HBO Max has canceled Raised by Wolves after 2 seasons. Oh, this is going to be fun. And could the new reboot of Magnum P.I., canceled by CBS, go back to, go to a network that's owned by the folks that produce Magnum P.I., Universal. That's right. There are reports that the gang behind the reboot of Magnum P.I., which was recently canceled by CBS, are planning to see if it can be revived at NBC, which, by the way, full disclosure, is owned by NBC Universal, a part of Comcast. No bell, please. So far, no comments, but as they say, you never know. Remember, Taxi was canceled by ABC, but picked up by NBC for, I think, 3 more years. Big mistake, ABC. One that you continue to pay for. And that is your entertainment news. And now for the, not grand finale, but the season finale. We'll just call it that. Pangs, one more time.
It's time now for evil to get punished, for the wrongdoers to get slam danced. It's time for
the insidious folks of the week. Want to buy a peanut butter sandwich with extra pickles and onions and edge soda. That's right, edge soda with a mountain of Dr. Pepper and pickles.
And now, here's the General with First Lieutenant Jimmy Y and Jimmy's brother, First Corporal Jimmy Z. Guys, take it away.
Are you Pangborn? Boys, how you doing? Brain?
Good.
Wizard?
I've been doing well.
And Baxman? I know you've had some trouble, and we all send our sympathies to you. We hope everything gets back to some bit of normality around here. But personally, I think you needed a little break. But
you know how we feel about you. Well, thank you very much, General, and thank you, guys. Let's get on with it. Well, oh boy, I can't believe this. We're coming to the royalty little foobar here. But tonight, since we are entertainment, we don't pussyfoot around with politics or anything.
AT&T.
Oh yes, I just happen to have the vote. And the vote is, well, they sold Warner Media to Warner Brothers and Discovery Channel, so why don't we just give them a nice parting gift, shall we?
You don't mean...
Yep, I do. The people at AT&T.
With the
Yeah,
best,
boys.
With the best phone connections in the world.
And shitty internet service.
Yep.
Well, you know, you could have had Xfinity or WoW.
And I also could have had 3 Tahitian women by about now.
I mean, Xfinity is better than AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it still kind of suck. I mean, just ask Granny Maya, and that's my dad.
There we go. Well, AT&T, we decided we're going to reach out and belch you. So, boys, why don't you, well, wait a minute. You don't have the Beltron this week. Yeah, we do. There it is, right there. What'd you feed old Belchy?
Well, we with the village and we baked some of the Swedish chili. And we baked 3 triple cheeseburgers with everything on it, and they entire day or who knows, however many soda drink flavors is inside that machine there's.
Okay, we're ready. Guys, this is for you. Boys, one more time. Are we all loaded?
Yes, sir, we're loaded.
Ready? You know, I don't feel like doing this. First Lieutenant Jimmy, why don't you do it?
No, I don't feel like doing this. You know who really needs to do this?
Who?
Well, the only person that hasn't done this. Brother Jimmy, First Corporal,
why don't you do the honors?
Oh, boy. Okay. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pickle sandwiches and go.
Whoa. That was beautiful. A permissible in barf. Yeah, some of it landed at Xfinity. How ironic, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
think they partially deserve it if Granny Maya's there keeps screwing up.
Yep. And I just want to say, guys, it's been great being a part of this. I know we're not ending. We're just going on a little forced hiatus, as Steve said. But we will return. And when you guys return, we're going to return too, because you guys mean a lot to us. So, from yours truly, General Big Jimmy, Billy Bob Bull Schwartz, and my boys, Jimmy Y.
yes, I want to say thank you, guys. We will return.
And First Corporal Jimmy Z.
Jimmy, don't get Jimmy Bond, Frank Z, don't Jimmy Bond, Jimmy Bond, Jimmy, Paul,
Did you give him the wrong type of ice cream?
I think so. I got it out of a blue box. Why?
Not the blue box. That was my Jack Daniels whiskey ice cream.
Oh, boy. That's why he tried to fire the chicken out of a cannon.
Do you realize we can't even do that here? That's our Canadian brothers. Shtick, the chicken cannon. We can't even do that. How did he get the chicken?
Well, he saw one crossing the road.
We're gonna leave you. After we start that joke, you know what's gonna come next. Buzz, have a good break.
No chickens, guys. Just show this city. We all just it's off. I tried it. Cheeseburger with extra onions and pickles and cheese. And with the farmer's shoulder with the biggest of shoulders.
And you wonder why we do this every Sunday. Okay, boys, get in the Volvo. We'll see you guys soon. Baxman, Rain, Wizard, you boys done good.
TV.
Well, thank you.
TV Ben. Don't open out. The one who did Jimmy's. The doctor knew the industry. The most fuck. The one who did Jimmy's there. That I am on the belly. Jimmy's the trust. Everyone else, I just want to see what the Jimmy's. The Jimmy wanted to say. The grounders in the screen. The one fucking the fun. Don't want to be standing. I'm going to bed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys, and thank you, First Lieutenant Jimmy Y, First Corporal Jimmy Z. Okay.
You gotta love my Jimmy. Oh,
yes,
it's the one that full of energy and optimism and a bunch of goofiness.
Yep, and that's what we need in this world. A lot of Jimmy Z's. But anyway, folks, I didn't want to do this, but as they say, when you are forced to do something, you have no choice. And while I do have several avenues to try, the one thing that I do not want to do is leave this place that has been my home since 1976.
Damn.
And it's served us well, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and I've got a emergency state emergency relief thing to dole out, to fill up and send over to DHS, see if they'll help out. I am not closing any avenues, but sometime this week I will be told by management that I have got to move, and Uno is moving with me. And I will be able to come back in and clean this place up, throw things out, keep some stuff. And I just want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you to my big brother Jay, my other big brother Matt.
You're older than both of us, so we would be your little brothers.
I love you too, Matt. Okay, my little brothers, my little brothers, Matt and Jay, and Yuki, and little Chrissy, and Angie, and Jerry, and Nancy, and everybody who has supported this show. We're not going off the air. We're just going on a little hiatus until I either get a little help and stay here, or Ricky doles out for some Wi-Fi. But nonetheless, this program will continue. It will return, and we will let you know when. Until then, keep the faith. Keep sending them good, positive vibes, because I'm not going down without a fight. And I will never, and I promise you this, and I state this with no offense meant or intended, but with shelters getting a bad rap, I'm not going to be put in one. I refuse. So, come hell or high water, we will return. I promise you that. So for the last time, for Franklin Pangborn, for Harry von Stuttgart, for Lord Hawthorne Hayes, for Jethro Depew, for Matthew Nichols, for Jay the Brain Man, for Yuki Tanaka, for Angela Peterson, for Christina Peterson, for Jerry Nichols, for Nancy Nichols, for everyone involved. Thank you. And we shall return. And I guarantee you that we shall return. Just keep the faith. You know, they say miracles happen every day. And you never know when the first one comes. But when it does, we'll be back. Count on it. So for the last time, this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with Brainwave Entertainment, and Gamer News is produced in association with Wizard World Productions. Until we meet again, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in middle of July, we'll let you know. Thank you. And we love you all. We shall return. Bet on it.